Before we pile up egg Natha, we have to study a few characteristics which we missed in the previous lesson. What are those characteristics? Have a look at these. First is that they are ectoparasites on some fishes. We had talked about it. You are seeing the few characteristic features that we discussed about. Now we are going to see a few more. They have an elongated body, that is also very clear. They are somewhat like this. This is the structure of a cyclostome. This elongated body, it won't be a worm-like body, please pay attention to that, don't get confused with that. There are 6 to 5 pairs of gill slits which would be present, too many gill slits for respiration, and there is sucking circular mouth without jaws, we had talked about it. The body that is of the organism, it is devoid of any scales. The scales will not be present. Now why I am saying scales over here? Because the next class that we are going to study, that is the superclass, that is going to have scales present in it, and the scales would be basis of classification of the two classes, that is chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. We come to that later on. There are no scales and there are not paired fins as well. Both these terms, they are with reference to the higher class that we are going to study further, but this cannot be classified in fishes just for the reason that it is not having this thing. Secondly, the skeleton that is being formed, that is cartilaginous. It is made up of cartilage. It is having cartilaginous cranium and a cartilaginous vertebral column. Now according to that, as I told you in vertebrates, that there are cartilaginous fishes. This is not properly classified as a fish because it is not having paired fins, as well it is not having the scales which are present. There is a phenomena of spawning which is observed. Now what is this spawning? Mostly the cyclostomes are marine species. They go to the fresh water for laying eggs. Now they die over there. After some time, what happens is the larva that grows in the fresh water, after metamorphosis it comes back to the marine water, and that is the condition known as spawning. The example is of petromyzon and myxine. Myxine is the hagfish while petromyzon is the lamprey. So these are the two examples. The larva happens to be emocyte. These are the characteristic features that you should be aware of when we talk about cyclostomes.